Imagine acting in a movie and later finding out the character you played was actually your own family member. That sounds like something out of a movie itself, correct? Well, that is exactly what happened to Elizabeth Montgomery, the beloved actress who played Samantha in the classic television show Bewitched. She once acted in a film where she played a woman accused of being a witch. But here is the twist: years later, she found out that this woman was not just a random character. She was real. And she was part of Elizabeth's own family tree. So how did this strange and surprising story happen? Let us find out. Elizabeth Montgomery was a famous American actress. Most people know her as the nose-twitching witch, Samantha Stevens, from the hit television show Bewitched, which ran from 1964 to 1972. She made people laugh, smile, and believe in a bit of magic. But years after Bewitched ended, Elizabeth took on a very different role. In 1976, she starred in a made-for-television movie called The Legend of Lizzie Borden. In that film, she played Lizzie Borden, a woman who was accused of murdering her father and stepmother with an axe in 1892. The case became one of the most talked-about crimes in American history. No one ever proved Lizzie did it, but the story stayed in people's minds for years. And now, Elizabeth Montgomery was bringing that story to life on screen. The movie was dark, serious, and very different from the cheerful tone of Bewitched. Elizabeth's performance was praised by many. She played the part with emotion and strength, showing a different side of her acting talent. But what Elizabeth did not know at the time was that she shared something deep with the character of Lizzie Borden. They were related. Yes, really. Years after the movie aired, some researchers looked into Elizabeth Montgomery's family history. They found something very surprising. Elizabeth and Lizzie Borden were distant cousins. They were both descendants of the same man, a man named John Luther, who lived many generations before them. That means when Elizabeth was acting in The Legend of Lizzie Borden, she was playing her own relative, without having a clue about it. Talk about a strange twist. So how could something like this even happen? Well, back in the 1970s, it was a lot harder to trace your family roots. There were no big genealogy websites like we have now. People had to go through paper records, old books, and even church documents to learn about their ancestors. Elizabeth probably never even thought to check if she was related to Lizzie Borden. After all, the name Borden did not mean anything to her personally. And who would imagine being related to someone from such a famous murder case? Both Elizabeth and Lizzie Borden came from New England families. That is a part of the United States where many early settlers lived in the 1600s and 1700s. It is not too unusual for people with deep New England roots to share some common ancestors, especially after several generations. Still, the fact that Elizabeth ended up playing Lizzie Borden on screen, not knowing they were related, makes this story truly special. Let us go back to the movie for a moment. Elizabeth gave one of the best performances of her career in The Legend of Lizzie Borden. Some fans even say it was better than her work on Bewitched. She showed fear, mystery, and power, all in one role. Maybe there was something inside her, something passed down through generations, that helped her understand Lizzie's character so well. Could acting skills be in the blood? Or was it just a wild coincidence? No one really knows. But it definitely makes the movie feel a little more real. After her time as an actress, Elizabeth focused on different causes. She spoke up for people who did not have a voice, and she worked to help others through charity and activism. Even though she played both magical and mysterious characters on television, in real life, she stayed grounded, kind, and caring. She passed away in 1995, but her legacy still lives on. Not just through Bewitched, but also through this incredible story of a hidden family connection. So next time you watch The Legend of Lizzie Borden, or even just think about it, remember this: the woman playing Lizzie was not just acting. She was, in a way, bringing part of her own family's past back to life. Without even knowing it. And that is something even more surprising than magic. Thank you for watching this incredible story. If you found it interesting, give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe for more amazing stories from history and Hollywood. What would you do if you found out you played your own ancestor in a movie? Tell us in the comments, we would love to hear. Until next time, keep exploring the past. Because you never know what secrets it might hold.